Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. 2020 budget. IMF reacts to Buhari's presentation, cautions CBN. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has claimed that the Nigerian government may put the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) in trouble. This statement came from the IMF Senior Resident Representative and Mission Chief for Nigeria, Amin Mati. Mati said this in a reaction to the 2020 budget proposal by President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday. He said over-optimistic revenue projections leading to higher financing needs than initially envisaged resulted to over-reliance on expensive borrowing from the CBN to finance the fiscal deficit. The current account shift to a deficit is expected to persist while the pace of capital outflows continues to weigh on international reserves. Inflation will likely pick up in 2020 following rising minimum wages and a higher VAT rate despite a tight monetary policy. According to him, the outlook under current policies remains challenging. Growth is expected to pick up to 2.3% this year on the strength of a continuing recovery in the oil sector and the regaining of a momentum in agriculture following a good harvest. Furthermore, he stated that a comprehensive package of measures whose design and implementation will require close coordination with the economic team and the newly appointed Economic Advisory Council is urgently needed to reduce vulnerabilities and raise growth. The increasing CBN financing of the government reinforces the need for an ambitious revenue-based fiscal consolidation that should be that should be built that should build on the initiatives laid out in the Strategic Revenue Growth Initiative. A tight monetary policy should be maintained through more conventional tools. Buhari on Tuesday presented a budget of 10.33 trillion naira for the 2020 fiscal year to a joint session of the National Assembly. The president said it was a budget of fiscal consolidation to strengthen Nigeria's macroeconomic environment, investing in critical infrastructure, human capital development and enabling institutions, especially in key job-creating sectors. President Buhari said the 2020 budget was based on the new VAT rate, adding that the increased revenues will be used to fund education, health, and infrastructure. The increase in the budget also reflects the new national minimum wage. So guys, we should all be ready for what is going to be happening. Of course, we are not new to all of these things. The other day, Senator Beribe was talking about that the budget is a VAT based. He said it's all about taxation. Yeah, it's all about taxation. Yes, this is VAT, value added tax. That it is taxation based budget, and everybody was like, oh, what is he talking about? That is part of the whole thing, that they should try and reduce their salary and all of that. But I think himself and some senators, they were back and forth on that issue. Majority of them didn't really align with the new budget, because they are going to tax everybody, tax, and we are going to be, that is what is going to be happening. Some people are like, oh, Abaribe, because they are going to be taxing them because they've not been paying taxes before. That is why they are going against the budget the president presented, and they say there's nothing the president will do that they will not complain. They're always complaining that because they've not been paying taxes before, that is why they are complaining. But some people say agreed with Abaribe. Why just few of them, were praising the president to high heavens? So what are we now talking now? Based on still what's on Buhari's confirming that because of the VAT, that is why the budget has increased to that level, and because of they are still going to include this minimum wage they are talking about. And from what the Minister of Labour has said, that they can only accommodate between level 7 and level 15 or so, thereabouts. So every other level from above, that they will not be able to bring them inside their budget, because they will not be able to pay unless Labour really wants the federal government to lay off some workers. That is the only condition, but that is just what they have been able to conclude, and that is what the federal government can afford. So that they need to go back to the drawing board to be able to renegotiate this minimum wage they are talking about. And one thing that is baffling here, is baffling and is not too surprising, when the president said that what did he say? Okay, President Buhari said the 2020 budget was based on the new VAT rate, adding that the increased revenues will be used to fund education. Now today, again, this is pure scam. Every year in, year out, they will be talking about, oh, education. Oh, by the time everybody hears that, or people hear that, oh, everybody will be shaking. Oh, they really want to help us. They really want to, put effort in our educational system. It's a lie. Nothing will happen. It will be used to fund our education, health, and infrastructure. For how long? For how long? So, since they've come into power, they've not been able to fund education. They've not been able to fund health sector. Every now and then they will be traveling to the UK to go and get treatment or get treated. Every year, the same thing. And infrastructure. Where are the infrastructures on ground? Modern infrastructure as big as Nigeria is. A lot of people have been saying they should stop borrowing the Nigeria money, because we have enough money. We have everything it takes for us to make more money. It's just misplacement of priority. They are just wasting money. You can imagine what the president and the vice president, will be using as feeding. They will be feeding on, what has been assigned to them on food and local and international, trips. And at the end of the day, all the trips they are making, there's no effect. They're just going. I just see it as gallivanting all over the place. No effect, no positive effect on the lives of Nigerians. At the end of the day, by the time they try to split the budget, what will be going to each person as a Nigeria, I'm not sure it's going to be up to whether 30 naira from the previous budget. Once they try to break it down, that okay, they have budgeted for how many people. We don't even have a biometric. We don't even know how many people are in the country now, that a lot of people are just coming in here and there. We don't even have, this is the amount, or this is the population of Nigeria, the numbers. Nobody, they can't even tell us. They will just be saying, how can they be saying between 180 million? Some will be quoting 180 million, some will be quoting 200 million, some will be quoting over 200 million. What is the actual population of this country? They don't know. So how do you now budget for the country? At the end of the day, what will be going to an individual, or will be assigned to individual? It's not really assigned to individual. What they have budgeted for individual, it's not up to 100 naira. If they try to break everything down for you, it's not up to 100 naira that we are going to be, they have budgeted that each person in the country, from the masses, each citizen, they budgeted maybe like how many in a year. So pathetic. And when it comes to them, you'll be hearing millions. Ask me what they are eating. Telling us now that it will be used to fund education. For how long? Every day, education. Since they've been advising them that 25% of the budget, annual budget, should go on sector. They should budget the annual. It should be on 25%. They've not been able to adapt to that. They've not been able to do that. It's always 3.something percent, 3.5%, or between 3 and 4% from the total budget. Now they are telling us, so that we'll be shouting, oh, that is where the money is going for. Go and check all the since they came in, with all our infrastructure they are talking about. The only thing they will be telling you, they will tell you they did railway. Some people say, argue with you that the process was already going on. It was almost 90 or 80% completed that money has been paid for all of those things. Some people will come out and argue it. Some will like, okay, they even tried for them to have continued. Okay, since then, what have they started from the beginning? Because they will tell you, okay, it's a continuous process. Government is a continuous process, that they are even trying to consolidate what they meant on ground. Even what they meant on ground, we have not been able to see any effect. To me, I speak for myself. I speak this way because I feel it. I speak like this because I feel it. I don't know other people, whether that is the kind of life they have, they think maybe life is just all about Nigeria, just like that. That is how a good country or a sinner country should be. That's why a lot of people are comfortable. See now, it's rainy season. Everywhere is flooded. Everywhere is flooded. A lot of children have gone in for it. Flood has taken away a lot of children. It has killed a lot of children. Now, as we speak. So what are we talking about? Especially go to Lagos. Everywhere is just flooded. They will tell you the IGR is the highest. Then what do you do with all of those money? We can't see it, we can't feel it. Lagos should be a modern city. But what do we see there? And they will be telling you they are this, they are doing that, they are spending money, they have money. They will tax people, tax. At the end of the day, what do people get in return? What do they get in return? Nothing. Now they are telling us, hey, we are going to fund which education? How have you funded it since you came in 2015? Has our education improved? Our educational sector has it improved? Our health sector, has it improved? The infrastructure, has it improved? Every year in budget. Oh my goodness. So pathetic. So pathetic. When are we going to be out of this suffering? When are we going to be out of these rhetorics? Singing the same thing every now and then. Singing the same thing. When are we going to be out of this problem? I hope the vice president has already admitted now that the country is not moving well. The country is not going well. Relating Nigeria economy, Nigeria situation as the Dutch disease. You can imagine. The same person that was sharing 10,000 naira, of what effect is that a 10,000 naira? How has it benefited people? I always ask, the money they shared, how did it add to our GDP in the first place? Are the people not getting poorer? The 10,000 naira, some people will tell you, 10,000 naira is something. Now, there's that very day they squandered that money. It was not even enough. And they are priding themselves, they share 10,000 naira. Uncle borrow, what? I don't even know how to say. We can speak English. We can speak English more than the English people. We can speak English, and yet nothing is happening on ground. Nothing is happening on ground. Now, they will still continue to be borrowing. And that's why IMF is cautioning them that the federal government may put the central bank in trouble. So, guys, I don't know what you think about this whole thing. Of course, everybody just fending for himself or herself. Nobody cares. You provide everything for yourself. It's survival of the fittest. That is what is happening in the country. Survival of the fittest. So, guys, I would like to hear from you. Please leave your comments below in the comment section. Bye.